Hey aunties, hope you're all fine and doing well wherever we're watching this in the world today. So we're back in the kitchen, and I know it's been a long while since we've been here, but we are back. We're going to do a Get Baked with Abby today, and this is I say a special request. It's not really a special request. Somebody in work just said, I don't think you can do a basic Victoria sponge, so because I do not necessarily complicated stuff, but or specialty stuff, I don't do the basics. I very rarely do the basics. So I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna do a basic Victoria sponge today, just to prove that I can. So we're gonna gather all of our equipment together and we are gonna get on with things. So I've weighed out my ingredients. Now the first thing they teach you in kind of food technology back in year 7 is a Victoria sponge, because it is obviously the kind of base of most cakes. And one of the things that I learned was the ruling was 50-50-50 egg. So 50 grams of sugar, 50 grams of butter, 50 grams of flour to every egg. Now, probably about 10 years ago now, probably about 10 years ago now, one of my friends, we were discussing this, and she went, oh no, it's not 50-50-50 egg. And I was like, what do you mean? That's what I was always taught. And she went, weigh your eggs. So however much your eggs weigh, which in this case is 229 grams. I'm not going to tilt too much because they'll pour out. 229 grams of eggs, so 229 grams of flour, butter and sugar, all in the bowls over here. So butter, sugar and flour. And into the flour I've also put a very small amount of bicarbonate of soda and a very small amount of baking powder. It is self-raising flour, however I just like to add a little bit extra for fluffiness. There is a tiny little fly, go away, shoo. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make a start on getting all of the ingredients mixed together. The temperature is now preheating to 180 degrees, and yeah. It's a relatively easy thing. It is literally just blend, mix, whatever, the sugar and the butter until it kind of all blends together. Yeah, simple. Then mix in the eggs until it becomes like a nice loose paste. I don't know, loose mixture, not paste. And then it's just add the flour at the end. Get it all mixed together and stick it in the oven. Obviously not in the plastic bowl, you stick it in your tin and then stick it in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all the ingredients together and then we will go from there. So, milk. No, milk? We haven't got any milk. I don't know why I said milk. Eggs! Eggs and flour to one side. Butter. Sugar. Congratulations. That's simple. And I've also left stuff over here, so I'm going to grab that now. There's a lovely close-up shot of my nostril hair. It's like we're trying to break things today. Please excuse the back. It's always the same. You know this by now. What else is new? Like I said, consistency. I promise I'm looking at getting a stand mixer because I hate doing this. Now we're going to add our eggs. Yep, they do smell fine. That was another thing I was taught, probably discussed it previously on the channel, was always when you're cracking eggs, one at a time into a cup and then into the bowl, because if one of them's gone off, there was recently a video, I felt so sorry for the person whoever was doing it, and I don't know if they'd done it on purpose, just for the clickbait, but they cracked rotten egg into a full bowl of ramen, and it was like proper brown and disgusting. And it's like, that's kind of on you if you didn't check the egg, but I guess if you were just doing it in general, I have cracked a rotten egg before. It is the worst thing. It is literally exactly as you think it smells. So yeah, I was cracked into a cup. Thankfully I had plenty of eggs, so if I needed to bin some, I had plenty more. And always do your eggs first as you're weighing, because then everything else obviously gets weighed off after that. There is our nice smooth batter. It was an Amazon lorry just went past. every time. Right, now we are going to mix in the flour. What I do with flour though is I like to fold it in first. Just, it says fold.
To fold in the cheese.
What does fold in the cheese mean?
You fold it in. You just fold it in. And you...
If you say fold in one more time.
It says fold it in!
Say R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to just gotta fold it in. I'm going to quickly fold it in and then I give it a proper mix so it all like fully combines together. But I left again a spatula over here. Yeah, I always fold it in initially just because anybody who's just shoved like flour or icing sugar straight in knows it just flies up and goes everywhere. So this way I kind of get most of the flour wet and then it's not just going to rise up and create a lovely fine cloud. This mixture is very, very dense. I don't think it's supposed to be. I may have messed up something. We will figure it out. I don't know. Is it supposed to be like that? I've always had a lot of a much looser consistency. Now I'm concerned I've done something wrong. I've never had it that thick before. Somebody send help. I'm going to quickly do a check and see if it's supposed to be this thick. I don't think it is. I'm probably just going to add some milk. I'm going to add some milk to it. Just going to add some oat milk to it and then we'll go from there. We'll just slowly add some oat milk until it loosens off, because that is just way too thick. There's no way that that should be that thick whatsoever. People watching this screaming through the screen, no, it's perfect. What are you doing? Bear with. Computer, how thick should a Victoria sponge mix be?
A Victoria sponge mix should be similar to a thick pouring consistency, like single cream. This allows it to rise properly and hold its shape when baked. Adjust with a little milk or flour if needed. Yeah,
we are adjusting with milk. Definitely adjusting with milk, because that is not a thick pouring consistency. I'm going to slowly add some milk to it. That seems better. I hope. Maybe. Yeah, I think that seems about right, in fairness. So we're just going to leave it at that. And I have silicone moulds. Not silicone titties that I do have in. There we go. Done. And we're going to try and pour this evenly between the two. And yeah, voila. I don't want to tilt it too much. That looks about even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these to the oven. I'm going to give them 20 minutes to get some baking on the go. I'm going to go continue. I've got household things to be doing, so I'm going to go get my laundry in. That's what I'm going to do. Fully dressed like this. You know, the domestic housewife. See if anybody amongst the neighbours notice and make comments, because that would be hilarious. Oh, I'm going to fit a spoon in there. So I'm going to get them in the oven and we will come back once they are done. And then I have to wait for them to cool. So I made the mistake of starting to get into drag at 1 o'clock this afternoon. That seems like a big mistake now, because it's now 4:25. I haven't had any lunch. So this is going to probably take me till 5. Give them at least an hour to cool. 6 to then decorate and build. So I'm probably not going to be getting out of drag till 7 o'clock. I have a 4 o'clock alarm set for tomorrow morning. Mistakes have been made. Oh well. Right, we'll be back in a moment, at some point. So, welcome back. Ish. We're only halfway there, let's put it that way. So, both cakes, both cakes are out of the oven. They're looking and smelling wonderful. They're sitting nicely within the silicone molds, which is what we always like. And yeah, I'm going to get them transferred into the fridge, get them starting to cool down, and then we will be back and I will finish off this cake, get it creamed up, get it jammed up. There's no sexual innuendo on this channel whatsoever, I swear. And we will go from there. So I shall see you all soon. Well, the cakes are cooled in the fridge. I'm just going to leave them in there for a little bit longer whilst I sort out the cream. So, bowl, electric whisk. I'm going insane. It's you know, I said it was going to be 7 o'clock before I got out of drag. It's now 6:30. This is probably going to take me at least 15 minutes to do. So yeah, it's probably going to be 7:30 before I eat. And I'm still not hungry. Still haven't had lunch. I literally had a bacon and egg sandwich for my breakfast. And yeah, so I've got the double cream and we're going to just get on with it, because I'm pretty sure you all know how to mix double cream at this point. And if you don't, your food tech teacher failed you. So let's get on with it. Usually helps if I turn her on. I'ma just look pretty for a moment. Getting the thumbnail, yeah? I think that's the one. I know a lot of catering staff who swear by hand whisking. I'm lazy, so no. That's some good whipped cream. Anyone for licking the beaters? Because I won't. Because I will be... It'll give me horrendous gas. But we have some nice whipped cream. I was getting concerned then. I was like, I definitely bought double cream. So why isn't this going? So I'll take a step back because that's quite close. So I'm going to get the cakes out the fridge. I'm going to get the jam out the cupboard. And then we are going to start constructing the masterpiece that is going to be my cake. Yeah. So I've got my first bit down. Now I'm going to start getting... Oh no! The jam needs to go first. Oh no! Come back out. Get back off. Come on. Curses. I blame... Who can I blame? I blame the scone people. This is the only time I'm ever going to say this, but jam first, then cream. because I'm a heathen when it comes to scones, and I do butter, jam, then cream, because I believe in fat against the bread. However, I just like pissing people off because, well, I'm me. Right, we're going to try this again. And now for the second piece. Okay, I'm not mad about that. That's... I'll show you it from this side. That's the angle there, right there. That's the right angle. Look how much cream there is left over. But yeah, I'm pleased with it. It doesn't look too bad. So what I'm going to do... Oh, actually, I'm not going to lose out on loads of cream. Firstly, I'm going to quickly dust it with a bit of icing sugar, because a big sponge should always have a bit of icing sugar on it. I wish I had a dusting tool, but I don't. About the best I could figure out. Yes, I'm not going to be wasting the cream because I have strawberries. So I'm going to do little dollops. I think I've done too many, but oh well, it'll be great. Okay. Other than a lot of the jam spreading out, my sink currently looks like a OR. That's dangerous. Right, we're just gonna stand like this. It's so wobbly. I think that's the still. I'm pleased with that. More jam just keeps pouring out of this though. Bloody hell. I'm gonna get this moved into my fridge. You can all see it looks stunning, right? Like, it looks stunning. So I'm gonna move this into my fridge now so that it starts to set. It's 5 to 7. I'm gonna go get myself out of drag and I'm gonna figure out some shit in my life because This was not the day. This was not the time to be doing this. I'll see you later. Bye, aunties.